not hear me. My mic was under mute. You couldn't hear me. Um, all right, I'm giving you 2 minutes to adjust yourself. Then we will be back. Just 2 minutes to adjust yourself. Get yourself ready. Get your friends, your loved ones ready. We will be back in 2 minutes. God bless you. We will be back in 2 minutes.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All right, viewers, God bless you. My name is Glory Remages. I'm the head pastor of the Excellent God Ministry. Um, I have some guests today that will be a blessing. Reverend Gideon Benson, it's good to have you live in the
God bless you.
Excellent God TVE platform. I believe today is going to be a life changing experience in someone's life. We have a lot to discuss today. Lord, that we're going to discuss today. A lot of things that is going on in our nation, in our country. So we have to fix these things. If people does not speak out, that means the land will not prosper. The Bible says by a prophet, Israel were delivered, and by a prophet they were preserved. So it is time for people to begin to speak. I also have a friend of mine, a sister, a friend, and someone that is also aware and knows what to do. Is a young generation of tomorrow. Okay, it's Alice. God bless you. It's good to have you live on
God bless you, sir.
Excellent God TV. It's good to have you live.
Thank you.
Wow. We also have a barrister by name Imayen. Mayen, we are trusting God for you. Where are you, Mayen? He was online a few minutes ago. I believe that she will be back. Okay. Before we continue, I want to give this time for Reverend Gideon to say one or two things regarding today's meeting. Then we will be back. God bless you, Reverend Gideon Benson Zachariah. It's always a privilege to have you, Gushman, in Excellent God TV.
God bless you, sir. Good evening to our guests. Can you remind me of her name again? And every other person we're expecting to be live tonight. Well, today we just want to express our concerns concerning what regarding the situation in Nigeria as a country. the world is looking up to Nigeria. Every other African country, Africa as a continent, is looking up to Nigeria. And but back home, the country is going through a whole lot. Security problems, problems in the health sector, educational sector, the military, our education. Things seems to be falling apart. And even in the religious system, things seems to be falling apart. And we are here to share ideas, rub our minds together. Where do we go from here? The next generation in view. How prepared is the present generation? Are they already used to the situation? You shall be the leaders of tomorrow. Are they going to be leaders at the age of 80? How are we recycling the same old people we had years ago when we were at the age of 20? Where do we go from here? And so that's one of the reasons we are gathered here. So we can rub minds. I believe that thousands of people are watching us and they'll be sending in their contributions. And I pray that God will, through us, speak, and then we shall be healed, and then ideas shall be shared, and we will move forward. God bless us.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gideon. Viewers all over the world, you are watching Excellent God TV, leaders in prophetic dialogue. I want you to do yourself a favor by sharing this broadcast. Last year, we do have this meeting, this kind of a meeting. We have this meeting last year every month, once in a month. In fact, since this year started, we did not have leaders in global conversation. I know that it is time for people to hear and to know what is happening. Thank you so much, Barrister Mayan. I hope you are online right now. Thank you. Please, can you fix your camera and make sure you position your camera, Barrister Mayan? There are viewers watching on YouTube right now. There are viewers watching on YouTube.
Hello.
God bless you. God bless you.
I hope you see me.
Yeah, we can see you very
Hi.
well. I'm going to take off the banner. Yeah, Barrister Mayan, there's a light
Okay.
on your head. There's a light
Is
on
it
your
too
head.
bright?
We can't see you properly because of the sun. Your light is very bright.
No worries. I'll switch it off.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much,
Would
Reverend
that be
Gideon.
better?
Yes, it's much better now. Okay.
Hello. Okay.
Before we go ahead, I want to also give this opportunity for Alice Obodem to say something. Alice, it's good to have you here. I want you to speak
Thank you,
something,
sir.
a brief introduction, and also what is happening in our country, Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm very privileged to be a part of this. And this is what we should be talking about as a body of Christ. We should, gone are the days when we keep quiet, because when we allow these people rule and we are not involved, we don't talk about it, we don't get involved. Anything that happens, we shouldn't complain. That is why I am very happy that the body of Christ is getting involved. We're talking about breaking free from political cocoons. We're talking about how to, how to break free from all these things, how we should have a rebirth of a new generation, exterminating some problems that we had in the old generation and correcting things and making things right. Because we cannot be doing the same thing all the time and expect a different result. That is total madness. So I am very, very happy, and I am glad that I am a part of this, and I am glad that the body of Christ is getting involved. We are talking about this. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Alice, thank you so much for that brief introduction. Thank you so much. That's very powerful. We have about 11 viewers right now on YouTube, and people are coming in slowly. We have people watching on YouTube. We have people watching on Instagram, and we also have some people that are watching us right now on Facebook and on Periscope. Thank you so much, Alice Obodem. God bless you. And also, we have a barrister that is making incredible work in the United Kingdom. She's from Nigeria. She's a mother and she's also a grandmother. God bless you, woman of God. It's good to have you live on Excellent God TV, Ma Iyenasuko. Before we proceed, Ma Iyenasuko, I want to give you this privilege and opportunity to say one or two things regarding why we are here today. Then we move forward. God bless you, Ma Iyenasuko.
Thank you very much. Hello, viewers all over the world. I'm actually, I would say I'm very privileged to be part of this talk show here, but it's a good thing that we are doing what we're doing right now, but the issue is, I would be very happy if we can just go in straight into what we have to discuss this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I know as a barrister, you are a very busy woman, but God will give us grace to keep you and to maintain you, because I know it took me a lot of time and to be able to get you and to get your time. And I want to seize the opportunity also to thank you so much, woman of God, for creating time to be with us. Well, why we are here is about a lot of challenges that is going on in our dear country, Nigeria. We are not a stranger, and we have seen everything that is going on in the country. What I want to say to people is that when you can hear about problem in Ethiopia, you can hear about problem in America, it might not really touch your heart, it might not really capture your attention. But when you hear about problem in your own country, in your own house, he will get your attention. Do you know why? Because you cannot run away from the inside. So we are here today to discuss what is happening in our fatherland. What is happening in our fatherland? The first thing we're going to talk about is the insecurity. Insecurity. That is the first thing we are going to talk about. Because right now, and I believe that the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria are confused. They are seeking for help. I think the Senate and the House of Rep were talking about that the president need to seek some help from somewhere else to be able to tackle the challenges that he is facing as a head of the country. What I mean by the head, the president of the country. And right now, there is no word. We have not heard any word from Mr. Buhari, His Excellency President Mohammed Buhari. Now, let me start with our barrister, Mayen, please. What do you have to say with the present situation that we are facing right now as a nation, as a country? Please, what do you have to say with the present situation that we are facing right now as a country, Mayen? God bless you.
Well, I would say I've never, since I was born, I've never heard a thing like what is going on in Nigeria. I haven't been in Nigeria for a while though, but I have people out there, and I've got friends, I've got family. A lot of people reach out to me to tell me what's happening, and I've seen a lot of videos from social media, on YouTube, different places. A lot of people are complaining. And I've personally made a few calls as well to some brilliant people that I know, who are in government. And yeah, there are confirmations that there are a lot of the insecurity there. It's appalling, that almost every part of the country is being affected. Even as we speak, there are so many attacks everywhere in the north, south, east, and west. Is a very, very, very serious issue. But the unfortunate thing is the president is not doing anything about it. He's not even making comments, and that's where it leaves me completely, shocked to know that a country as lovely and as beautiful, with so many beautiful people, with lovely people, good hearts, that people like that, could just face situations that is going on now, it's pathetic. I really am so short of words, to be honest, Pastor. I'm really, really short of words. I wouldn't believe a thing like that could be happening and nobody's doing a thing. If you look at what recently happened in Imo State, you will know that Nigeria is gone. Is terrible. It's unbelievable. I've got personal friends in that state. Yes. And I happen to belong to a group of Imo State. We have a forum, with the Imo State group, through even in relation to the governments. I happen to belong there, though I'm not from there, but I have very good friends there, and it's just unbelievable. There's so much killings in the name of bandits, but I tell you what, they're not bandits. These are headsmen that are out there to Islamize the country, and approved by the federal government. Because if they didn't approve what is happening in Nigeria, by now, I know Nigeria to be a very strong nation in terms of the military. We've been to many parts of of Africa to save them, and if we could, at this stage, see what is happening within our country, and the military is doing nothing, the government is saying nothing, then there's more to it. It's unbearable.
Thank you so much, Barrister Mayen. Thank you so much. It's really touching what is going on in our fatherland, Nigeria. Before we continue, let us watch one or two clips. What is going on? Let's see one or two clips of what is going on, then we can talk about it. I want to bring in a clip of video by Senator Smart.
Whatever is our position, we have a chapter. We cannot keep quiet any longer. It has gotten to a point that we cannot sleep with our two eyes closed. We are not free. Our children are not free. The president must rise to the occasion. There's no nation that is so powerful that doesn't need support of other nations. Individual cannot say you will leave the world without any other person with you. So we must rise. The situation is our security system has collapsed. It has failed. And because it has failed, we need to look for foreign support. It costs Nigeria nothing. Forget the ego, forget the superiority of Nigeria in African nation. Today, we are facing serious problem. If our nation is to survive this period, I'm not in doubt that the security architecture we have today cannot cope with what we are facing. Every part of this country is threatened. From the north to the south, nobody is safe. Nobody can travel 50 kilometers in our nation. I feel like shedding tears for a country that we grew up, where nobody harass you when you travel from Lagos to Maiduguri. I done it in time past. Today I cannot travel from here to Kaduna to Niger State where I was born. The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation. This is my position, Mr. President. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north.
Yes, we can hear that from the senator. She is very, very sad and is very, very hungry with the situation. The security report of Nigeria is unbelievable. What is happening now in our fatherland? Well, before I proceed, I want to allow Gideon, Reverend Gideon, to say something here, because you heard what Senator Smart was talking about there. He said that the country needs foreign support to be able to tackle this issue of the security in Nigeria. Man of God. Now, the question I want to ask is that, can there be any difference by allowing the foreign expert or foreign support, maybe the Army, U.S. Army or U.S. military or United Kingdom, to come in to help the country by helping us to tackle this issue of kidnapping, terrorists that are going on in our country? Would there be any difference allowing the foreign people to come to help us as a nation, Nigeria? Being that Nigeria is the king of Africa, would there be any difference, sir? Thank you.
Well, I'm talking from Nigeria, precisely Akwa Ibom State. And for the Nigeria that we are all used to, the present Nigeria that we are all used to, um, seeking help from foreign allies is really not a problem. But to me, I think is one of the ways for the top people, the cabals, to enrich themselves. We know the roots of our problems and we have the answer still within us. So the trick there is just to destabilize the country and then seek help from foreign allies, maybe inflate the price or whatever the charges may be, so they can enrich themselves. We know what the problem, or let me say, they know what the problem of Nigeria is, and they know what the solution is. We can solve our problems. Now, the Bible says that a man's enemy is a member of his household. And so we know what is the cause, the genesis of this situation, and we know exactly what to do to bring an end to this. Bringing the foreign or seeking for foreign help is not a problem to me, but I feel that still within us, we have the solution to all these problems. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know what my other guests will, may say, but I feel that the solution that we're looking for lies within us, and we will get there if we come to a consensus.
At least, what is your own opinion, please?
Yeah, Pastor, I feel I totally agree with what the man of God has said. I have a friend in the Air Force. She was sent on a mission. They got an information that the Boko Haram people were in a particular area and they were supposed to go and attack them. Now, this was a secret mission and everything. Do you know that while they were on that mission, their superior called them to turn back?
My goodness.
This is
Wow.
I'm not telling you, this is true life. True life. It happened. It's not even up to 2 months ago this happened. They told them to turn back because these people, the enemy is within. These people, they know themselves. They know the problem is within. They are the ones that are causing this issue. Because we are one of the greatest people. If you say we should bring these outside people to come and help us, it's another way to enrich their pockets. Because they will also form another cabal, they will also form a way to start making money and all that stuff. But the truth of the matter is, when they want to solve this problem, the problem we are having is the government is fighting its own people by ethnic. Our government is too ethnic. If the North is in government, they are only after the North. They are not a federal government. They are just for one particular people and their benefits.
Thank you.
So the
Okay.
problem is not the bringing foreign people.
Okay. All right. Barrister Mayen, thank you so much. You see, what is happening in our country is very sad, Barrister. And you heard what the senator says. We are not yet to debate, but we are also, because a lot of people are watching on YouTube right now. By the grace of God, before the end of this program, hopefully we should have like 500 viewers from YouTube or 1,000 viewers watching live. Then maybe after that we can have up to like 10,000 viewers on YouTube watching. We don't know where this is going to go to. The whole place, the whole country, now everybody's confused on what is going on in the country. Actually, I should be traveling to Nigeria. I was intending traveling to Nigeria by next month. But the security challenge that is going on right now, the Bible says we should be wise like a serpent. has really put me on the thinking. A lot of things going through my mind. Like, if should I go? I'm still praying to God to ask for safety first. I can't just make a journey right now without hearing from God. So, woman of God, based on what Senator Smart says from Kogi State, I think Kogi West, says that they need a foreign assistant from the international body to come and help Nigeria to regain the security challenge. What do you have to say about that? Then we move forward, please. Sorry.
To be honest, what he said to me, this is my personal opinion. To me, it's like they've just woken up. This entire thing had been happening for quite a while now. I would say since this government came into power, there's been a lot of so many gimmicks about either. I think it started from having ranches all over the country, which was fair, but they were now trying to not necessarily planting ranches. We were talking about getting taking off different local governments, to rear their cow, without cognizance of the owners of the land. This whole thing had been going on, and people in the southeast have been crying and shouting, the headsmen are killing our people. In the west, the same thing, to the extent that all this some governments, like in the southwest, set up what they call, is it a motocon or something like that? A group of Amotekun, exactly. They came up with that just to protect themselves because of the incessant killing that was going on. Then again, in the southeast, they also set up ESN, and these guys are out there. They won't just come up. They're out there just because they want to protect themselves. There have been a lot of rapings. Women are raped, children are raped, mothers, grandparents. A lot of people have been raped. There's been a lot of outcry for years. This has been going on. Now, I would tell you why that senator came out there to shout is because it's getting closer to them. Were they not there when all these things were happening? Where were they? It's now getting closer. The governor of Niger State came a few days ago to scream that this is what is happening in his state. A few counties, councils there have been taken up by, kidnapped by, not kidnapped, but have been captured by Boko Haram, and they have their flag there. So because of that, they know that from where the Boko Haram group are is only 2 hours drive to Abuja. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Yes.
Just 2 hours drive to Abuja. So they're now waking up. The likes of this guy who was in office before, he's no more there. What's that Senator
Dino
Melaye. That man was screaming. Nobody listened.
Yeah.
Nobody listened. Nobody made a comment. Now it has actually gotten to them. So I'm not surprised that what's his name? The Senator Smart has to now start screaming the way he's screaming and virtually crying. I don't blame him, because he's there enjoying himself. A lot of people, imagine the monies they make. Imagine how much they pay monthly to these senators. How would they bother? If they kill you, so what? They've got our money to enjoy ourselves. And that's what has been happening until now. They are getting closer. So it's up to them. All they need to do is, it's either they do what they have to do or they stay there. They're coming up. The government has disappointed the people. Those so-called leaders should be flung out of that place. They don't deserve that honor. They're a big bunch of disappointments. and I can say it, and I don't care, I don't give a hoot, that Buhari himself is aware of what is happening and is happy with it. He's happy with it. Where is his family? When they get closer, then anyway, we're all watching for now. We're watching, but it's unfortunate because very innocent people are being killed for nothing. For nothing. Sad.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is a woman of God, barrister. Thank you so much. Well, it's really sad of what is happening in our father's land, a country that was full of love and peace.
Absolutely.
It's now a catastrophe. A catastrophe. It's really sad. Viewers all over the world, you are watching Leaders in Global Conversation live on Excellent God ETV platform. If you're on YouTube, on Periscope, Facebook, any platform you're watching us from, please do us a favor by putting your comment. If you have any question that you want our guest tonight to address, we have a lot to talk about, but time will not permit us because we have already spent 38 minutes right now, and it's still counting. Okay, so before we proceed and go ahead, I want to welcome Alice Obodem to tell us what is happening, because Alice based in Lagos, Nigeria. So you based in Lagos, Nigeria, which is also a center of excellence. I want you to tell us what is happening. How secure is Lagos? Because a few days ago, I received a letter that there's a trade at the international airport all over Nigeria. That there will be bomb blasts all over the airport, especially Lagos airport and Abuja airport. That these people are trying to bring down the Lagos airport and Abuja airport. You know what that means? That means nobody's going out and nobody's coming in. This is a plan of the enemies. So I want you to tell us what is happening in Lagos State, Nigeria. How safe is Lagos State, Nigeria? God bless you, Alice Obodem. God bless you.
Pastor, Lagos is not safe. You cannot drive in your car and say you're coming back from work and you're confidently saying nothing will happen. They will break your glass. They will steal things from you. They will stab you if care is not taken. In Lagos, it's not safe. It's not safe. I'm telling you, it's not safe. Coming back from work, and this robbery can happen around 4 p.m. I'm not even talking about the night. In the night, 4 p.m. everywhere is daylight. It's not dark yet. Lagos is not safe. You can't walk.
Okay, Alice, before I allow you to continue to say one or two things regarding Lagos, because I believe a few months ago, I think that was last year, October, if I'm not mistaken, there was a protest, NSAS protest, and the armies and the kind of bullet I saw, I never knew Nigeria has such a bullet that can use it against the poor innocent citizens. Before we continue, please let us watch this clip. That was the bullet that they use against the innocent citizen of Nigeria, and I believe I never knew that Nigerian army have such rifle, they have such bullet, they have such gun.
Fighting its own people.
If they could use that against the innocent civilian of Nigeria, the harmless Nigerian, they are just protesting for something. And I believe they can bring down the terrorists, can bring down Boko Haram. Okay, let me allow you once again to continue to tell us why is it that Lagos is not safe if they have such army, if they have such military, and they have such weapons.
The government in Lagos State is just, should I say the governor is, I think he's a figurehead. He doesn't have control over what is happening in Lagos. we have a cabal, or we have someone who is running things in Lagos. Because if you know how bad things have gotten in Lagos, you will be surprised. If the people speaking out, you become a rebel, and the army, the government, they see you as an enemy and they fight you. But the real enemy, they are blind to see the real enemy. The real enemy are those people that are robbing, are those people that are terrorizing people. You cannot imagine in a street in Lagos State, they killed a whole family.
The whole
Mother,
family.
a whole family, mother, father, child, and children
Oh my God.
in Ikorodu.
Why did they kill the whole family? What happened?
We don't know. The citizens are not safe. The people that are supposed to be protecting lives and property, they are harassing the citizens. They are causing menace in the society.
If I may
Do you
ask,
know?
Alice,
Do you
if
know
I may
that,
ask-
Pastor? Do
if
you
I
know that?
ask- 1 second, Alice. If I may ask you,
Okay.
why did they kill the whole family? Who were those people? Because
Do
this
you
is
know
a
the
very-
language? Do you know the language they are going to use? Unknown gunmen. That is the language they will
Exactly.
use.
I'm not going.
Unknown gunmen. That's the language.
This is sad.
Do you know that this robbery I'm telling you about that happened? I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I experienced. Do you know Echo Bridge? Echo Bridge. A car in front of my car. They smashed the person's glass, brought out a knife, and threatened the person to, as in, if you don't give me your phone, give me. Do you know that just in front of that place, we had police people in front?
Police.
Yes. I was in my car. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I experienced.
Okay. Wow. Reverend Gideon.
It's horrible.
Thank you so much, Alice. Reverend Gideon. Have you heard that? Thank God both of you are in Nigeria. You should be able to tell us more of your own experience. That there was a police were there and they were killing people, smiling people car, and the police couldn't do anything about it. Man of God, let us know your security, our 1 or 2 security report, and your experience and what you are seeing also in South, which you are from Akwa Ibom. You are there in Akwa Ibom right now. Can you also let us know what is going on, man of God, in Akwa Ibom, and what you felt or what you feel that the government should do to help the people? Hello, man of God, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I say you are in Akwa Ibom State. Can you let us know what is happening in your state, sir? What is happening in your state, Akwa Ibom State? And
Well,
South as a whole.
Well, I want to talk about Plaza, Uyo Plaza, and then Oron, Eket briefly. Now, during the, how do I call it, when Governor Atta was in office, I believe it was during his in his government that the plaza was established, was created. But as we speak, man of God, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
As we speak, Plaza in Uyo is one of the dreaded areas. Raping going on almost every day.
Oh my
If you
God.
are if you are a young girl, do not find yourself around Uyo Plaza from 7 p.m. You have to be home. Do not find yourself around Uyo Plaza from 7 p.m. 7 p.m., 8 a.m., 9 is even the worst. Rape every day, killing, snatching of smartphones and the rest. 2 or 3 days ago in Oron, there was news all over the town that someone was burnt alive.
Oh my
Someone was
God.
burnt alive. They poured the guy fuel all over the body. He was burnt alive. Still in Oron, how do we call them, motorcyclist man along Mariani Road was shot dead, fresh blood, and
Wow,
yes, and the
that's
miss
my story.
and yeah, so it's ongoing. And you see these so-called Fulani guys, they have infiltrated everywhere. Marina Road in Oron is occupied. 90% of the people in Marina Road in Oron are the houses.
Wow.
They are the house.
Mm.
Same thing. Off Graceville Road in Eket, they have the house. Okay, in Eket they have a place called the Hausa Quarters. In Oron, they have a place they call the Hausa Quarters. Now in Ebugu, Ebugu has the one of the biggest mosques in Akwa Ibom.
Mm. Hmm.
The biggest
These
mosque
guys are
in
ready.
Akwa Ibom. And then in Eket, followed by the one in Eket local government, a very big mosque built by the Muslims. And you see, they have made things so hard for the indigenes to a point that they want to sell off their lands. And so they buy their lands and they pay them in millions, big money, evacuate them, and then turn the place into a mosque. When they want to pray, the Muslim prayer and all that, they have to block you. You can't cross the road. This is what.
Wow.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear
Go
me?
ahead.
Okay. Now let me also shock you also that some of our people, they have started bearing names like Alaji Okun. Yeah, Alaji Okun. They have been Islamized. Last year, a guy from Eket, two guys from one from Eket, one from Moron, came back home from the north, and they said, the God, and they said no, that they are no more Christians, they are now Muslims. They are now Muslims. So this
This is happening
is
in Akwa Ibom State.
this is happening in Akwa Ibom State. This is happening in Akwa Ibom State. And you see some of our leaders are like, okay, we serve one God, it's the same God, yeah, these guys are people of peace and all that. We're not against them. But security-wise, Akwa Ibom is losing it. In fact, Akwa Ibom has lost it.
Do you think that the governor of Akwa Ibom State, which is His Excellency Udom Emmanuel, which is also the commander in chief, can protect life and property in the state? Because right now it's like the governors does not have the power to do so. I heard what the governor of is it Borno State says. Is it Benue? Is that Benue State or Borno State? Let's just get this Benue.
It is
Viewers all over the world. That's the governor of
development that what is happening, if the federal government have taken proactive steps, today will not be where we are. These cops you're seeing here, in the last 2 weeks, we are burying over 70 people just in Makudi local government alone.
That is the
This
people
is
that
not
the Fulani
acceptable.
has killed.
Go to Guman, the same killings are taking
These
place.
are Nigerian
Go to
citizens.
Gwen West, the same killings are taking place. This is not right. The federal government have refused to take proactive steps to arrest this ugly situation that we're witnessing here today. You will recall that I alerted the entire nation when Fulanis in 14 countries met in Yola and declared that except we repeal the prohibition of open grazing law, Benue will not know peace.
and on the ground, and he said that I was targeted for elimination, to be assassinated, and that was done on me. It's only God that saved me. And I did say they are going after my people. So federal government should arrest the leadership of Mayor Tia Lakota and Hore that hosted that meeting. Up to today, nothing has been done. This is really unfortunate. It means we don't have a government in place at the federal level. We don't have a government. This is very sad. Because if proactive steps were taken by arresting Mayor Tia leadership, this will not happen. For several years, we have been calling on federal government to take proactive steps to address this matter. They have refused to do. You can imagine. This is back in the IDP camp. The adjoining villages here, with the real camp and the adjoining villages, are occupied by IDPs. And what else do you want them to do? You send these people away from their villages. They came here to take refuge. And today, they are being killed in this manner. Over 70 people have been killed in the last 2 weeks.
Over 70 people.
They no longer come with their cattle. They come because they are looking for livestock they are to kill. They have even sent messages that except livestock guard refuse to take their cattle.
Wow, that is really sad. Barrister Mayen, you are the advocate of law, and God is using you more. You have seen that, and you have heard what the whole governor. This is the governor of Benue State, crying and lamenting that within 14 days, over 60 people have been killed within 14 days. 60, not 6 people, not 16, 60 human beings were killed, slaughtered like a goat in their own land. Where do we go from here, Barrister?
My dear, what can I say? I've heard this all over, so many times and over. Of recent, I think, was it on the 26th as well? The governor of River State equally screamed about it. And then I think he said, was it not on the 26th or 24th of April? You know, he was talking about a curfew that a lot of unknown gunmen, you know, killed a lot of customs officers on the roads along Imo and between Imo and River State. And I think this is just the outcry all over the place. The issue is what can be done, because something has to be done. You know, something has to be done. It's the general outcry everywhere. In Southwest is the same thing. In Oyo State, everywhere. Even in the North, there's no peace equally there. So it's the entire nation. Like I am still repeating myself 1 million times and over. Buhari, the head of the president of Nigeria, is very much in the know, and that is why he is appointing only his tribesmen to rule very key areas in that country, so that there won't be any opposition to what is happening. What is happening right now is exactly what it was meant to be. This was his game plan before he came into office. He's lost elections over 4 years. It takes the wise to know that this guy has a mission, and I knew it. Pastor Glory, you're aware when I was in the in politics in Ireland.
Yeah,
you're very much aware how much I personally was against what was happening when that man was nominated. For me, it was just one voice. A lot of people kicked against it, that Buhari was going to revamp the entire country. That Buhari is better than good luck. I wasn't, fair enough, you know, I wasn't really pro anybody per se, but Buhari was the wrong choice. You are aware of it.
yeah.
And I still say it. And that is what is happening today. This is what is, I mean, that guy came for nothing else but to Islamize the country. That's exactly what he came for. And that's exactly what he's doing. And people are refusing to see it. That's what is happening. It started from Borno. You know, see how the number of people that were killed in Borno. Who did a thing?
70.
Sorry?
Benue, over 70 people died. In 14
That
days.
is Kaduna. Kaduna, they kill by the minute. Benue, the same. Southwest, in Yoruba land, the same. In different gimmicks, different styles. In Imo State, the same. Anambra, the same. Enugu State, the same. In Akwa Ibom, now that we are hearing, the same. Port Harcourt, So what are we talking about? The entire country has been sieged. It's completely under siege right now. So what can we do is what we should be talking about. What can be done? Because there's still so many very innocent people in that country working on the streets of Nigeria. Who is going to save them? If the government cannot wake up to do what they have to do. I would suggest my own, I don't care. You know, if on the streets of, in fact, these guys should just be thrown out. The youth should take over. I know they'll come up because that's the only way they have their power. You know, Boko Haram there, they won't face them. They will come attacking the innocent. You know, it's true. It's true. You look at what is happening. Look at what is happening in Lagos. The other day, they went to Lasso. You know, I don't know if I sent you that video. They went to Lasso and burnt off so many cars. Police were there. Military, soldiers were there. Nobody did a thing. People were screaming. Nobody did a thing. Because it's their game plan. Even in the military, it's mostly Boko Haram. All those that come out and say, oh, we are no more, we've repented. It's all a lie. It's all gimmicks, man. This whole thing is more than a game. It's rubbish. These guys should be stoned on the street. They come out with their siren, the youths take over. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Thank you so much.
Money can't even help this issue. Because even by the time they are cutting away money from Asoro, on the streets, people will bulldoze them. Enough of all this. It's too much. It's too much. Nigerians should wake up. Thank you for coming up with this program. You know, these are programs we should all scream. Enough is enough. You know, it's time for everybody to scream out and speak the truth and stand on the streets and stop them. For how long will they keep going on like this? How long will people continue to suffer? Food is so expensive. Ordinary gari, you can buy it in Nigeria. My sister was telling me the other day that a bag of cement that used to be, even at that time, it was expensive. It used to be 2,500 naira. Today is over 5,000 naira. How can you survive like that? We live abroad, yeah. You know what is happening abroad, how tough it is to. Imagine Nigeria where you could just go by your backside, plug water leaf, plug ugu, and eat and feel good. You can't do that now. Headsmen are all over the place. What the hell? Huh? The other time, Buhari's government opened the border in the north to allow this headsmen to come in, and then close the border in the south and refuse to enter the country. What kind of, I'm fed up talking about this. This is annoying. This is annoying, Pastor. For how long do we continue like this?
Thank you
it's
so
too
much.
sad. This is no more a talking issue, it's action. People should wake up to action. It's not action. Yes, we've prayed and God has heard our prayers. And God will help us. Yes, we agree. But it will help us only with action.
God bless you,
I'm
woman
annoyed.
of God.
I'm annoyed.
I can see the pain. I can see the pain.
It's painful, very painful.
This pain is written all over my forehead. It's in my heart. It's on my everywhere. because it's my fatherland and I love my country so much. And the way the country, the way the land is right now is very scary. Very, very scary. What is happening right now? If the governor can cry, viewers,
Oh.
if the governor that have security, that is a commander in chief of his own state, can cry that he has no power, the power have been taken away from him. And I believe that the poor masses, I don't know what they can do, because this is a governor that have the security, has everything, and now the governor is crying for help. The governor that was voted to power is now crying for help. I don't know what the poor masses. I don't know. I'm, based on what my dear sister Alice says, that somebody just killed the whole family. Entire family was being wiped away in Lagos, and nothing anybody can do. Therefore, means the life of Nigerian citizens are in serious danger. Reverend Gideon says that in Uyo now, in Akwa Ibom State and other part of the Akwa Ibom, raping is going on day, night, and I don't know. I don't know what offense we have committed that we see this kind of a leader that have, with all the noise that is going on, people are shouting up and down. This man is still in his house, sipping gari and eating pandeyam without even making a statement. As if he's not even the leader of Nigeria. I'm talking about Muhammad Buhari, President Muhammad Buhari. No statement from him, with all the noise that the senators are making, with all the noise that House of Rep are making, with all the complaints, this man does not even cough. Now the question is, because we are about to run up, in fact, the topic that we want to even talk about, we have not even touched the topic yet because of what is happening right now. Because there are some things that happen, you don't even know where to start and how you are going to end. It's sad. It's sad. It's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. You see, when Nigerian you were protesting on one or two things last year, they came out in their strength to protest. This same military, this same government rose against the youth, because of where they are eating from. Where was the youth protesting? They were at the Lekki toll gate. For that reason, they killed so many of our youth during that NSAS protest. And I believe that there is God in heaven, because the Bible says, surely there shall be an end. For the expectation of the righteous, a good man will not be cut off. I believe that the cry of the poor and the needy will save Nigeria from this mess. Because I can't, you see, look at the governor saying over 70 people were killed within 14 days. Over 70 people were killed within 14 days. It's really, really sad of what is happening in our fathers. Now, before I invite Reverend Gideon to speak more about the security challenge and also suggest a solution, we are going to go into solution now. What do we do? What do you advise the government to do? That is what we are going to do before we run up this program. Before then, let's listen to what our Nigerian youth did last year, and these same police officers that refused to fight Boko Haram and the Fulani people. This is our Nigerian youth that were protesting last year for something, and the same army came after them. Let's watch this.
Where there's hope for us all.
This was the Nigerian youth protesting last year in their strength, in their numbers, in their strength, in their numbers. Reverend Gideon, man of God, I want to give you this time to bring out one or two solutions. You have said one or two things. What do you advise the government to do to be able to end the issue of security, the brutality that is going on right now, killing of the Nigerians all over the world? The youth are being killed, raping is going on, kidnapping is going on. I was watching a video yesterday about a few, I think it was over 300 people that were being kidnapped, and women were being kidnapped. They are somewhere right now in the hand of the baddies, so what we call it, Fulani people. And it's really, really sad what is happening in the country. That it's so painful that your mother goes out and they cannot come back in peace. And right now, those children, those women, they are in somewhere in the forest being kidnapped. What I heard is that each of them were given an order for them to give 5 million naira for each person to be released. Those people, 5 million naira for each person to be released. Now, I can imagine kidnapping over 300 people. 300 people were being kidnapped, and they are demanding for 5 million naira for each person to be released. What do you have to say? What is the solution? What do you want the government to do? What advice can you give the government to bring this insecurity and all these things that is going on to end?
Before I will even talk about the government, I just want to let us know, all of us who are here speaking with due respect, that the negative effect of all that is happening in our country is so huge that children in the primary school are even being initiated into cults as we speak. They're into cultism from primary 2 up to SS3. Now, that's just like a reminder, because we need to wake up. Every young person needs to wake up. Now, sometimes I like the way, I like the system of the American government, to an extent. When you are not competent in your office, you have to resign. You step down. Let someone who is competent, someone who is visionary, take over and then move the state or the country to the next level. And so my advice to our governors and our president is, if you feel that you are not able, Nigeria is too big for you to lead, I suggest, step down. Let someone capable, someone who is not tribalistic, someone who is not going to, abuse the office, someone who's not going to abuse the office of the number one man in the country, number one man in the state, number one man in the local government. Let the person step in and move the country to the next level. And that's, I didn't benefit, in quotes, anything from Goodluck Jonathan's government, but to an extent, you see that even when even when they said that he lost the election, he stepped down. So personally, I want President Buhari to resign. Step down. You need to take some rests. I don't think that is fit for that office. Same suggestion I'm giving to every other governor. If there's anything going on in your state, just like Lagos, I've been in Lagos since 2010, and so the governor we have right now in Lagos State, sorry. So I want any leader who is not competent, step down. Let someone who is visionary, someone with a vision, let the person, and preferably the youth. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gideon. Alice, can you unmute your mic, please? Can you unmute your mic?
Okay, Pastor.
Okay, God bless you, Alice. Yeah. Alice, thank you for creating time. I know it's not easy right now in Nigeria. What is your advice to Nigerian government, and what do you feel should be done?
I believe this is our fault. We the people.
Okay.
We should start with that because I'm telling you the truth. You see, 2 million people will register for voters card, and when it's time to vote, 300,000 people from the south, from Akwa Ibom State, will vote. Where did the remaining people go to? Why didn't they come out and vote? We are not participating when it comes to putting. You hear things like they would rig the election, they would put their own person, they would. These people are working underground. These people are having meetings. They have meetings for years. They plan, execute their plan. But we are taking things lightly. I'm telling you, check around you. Ask 10 people you know in Nigeria if they have voters card. I'm very, very sure only 3 people will have. The problem will start, the solution will start from us. Let us participate in putting the right people into power. Let us participate in politics, in nation building. Let us participate. So to me, I feel that the people need to wake up. We have power in our mandates, our voting. We have power. It's not by talking, only talking. When it's time to come out and action, pick somebody. If it is for you to contest, if you know you are capable of being in that position, you come out, contest. So it's not about ethnicity, it's not about religion. We as Christians, we need to be part of this. So that I feel that is number one solution.
Okay, thank you so much, Alice. All right. What is your advice to the governor of Lagos State regarding what is happening and all the trade that is going on, that the terrorist people planning to bring down the airport, destroying land and property? So, what is your advice to the governor of Lagos State?
The governor of Lagos State should wake up. He is sleeping. It's either he's sleeping or he doesn't even know the reason why God put him in that place. Because right now he fears men more than God. The governor of Lagos State should wake up. He should strategize. He should be, because even in heaven, that God is the Almighty. God is the Almighty all over the whole universe. Heaven still has heaven's gates. Is it because anybody is going to attack heaven? No. But there's still that safety, security. These people should wake up and go back to the drawing board.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alice. Thank you. Barrister, I know you are very busy. You are talking to some of your clients right now. Barrister, we can't see you properly. Your face is cut. Perfect. I want to see that your anointed, beautiful face. Yes. Yes. God bless you. What is your advice, woman of God, to the president of Nigeria? Because the Bible says that no man can enter into any strong man's house without first binding that strong man. No terrorist can enter your country without the head, because Aero 5 said something few months ago. He said that when you talk about security report, that president received 99% security report of the country. He's a commander-in-chief. So Aero 5 says that nobody can tell him that the president does not know what is happening in the country. Either he knows or he has a hand in it. So nobody can come and tell him that the president does not have a hand or doesn't know what is happening. So if everybody's pointing hand on President Muhammad Buhari, that he knows what is happening and he doesn't want to speak out, people are getting hurt every day. People are killing people in hundreds and thousands. There was a video you forwarded to me yesterday, which I have not uploaded it to this platform. It's very scary. And these terrorists were on, like more than 10 vehicles, armor cars. Who are the people that are supplying them with all this weapon of war equipment, weapon of destruction equipment? So my question, I want to give you this time to talk, woman of God. What do you have to tell if you have the opportunity to meet Mr. President, which I know this message can get to him through YouTube or through Facebook or Periscope? What do you want to say to President Muhammad Buhari? Yes.
President Muhammad Buhari. In any case, I think what my colleagues there have said, I would actually buy into that. First of all, if there's any integrity, anything left at all with those in office today, the so-called leaders in office today, if there's any form of integrity left in them, and they know that they're not capable, they should move away. They should resign. That's a good point. And then in terms of them also, the voters, coming into the country, because it's them, it's like, when you look at it, it's the voters that bring in this lot. People should come out and vote. That's a good point too. But mine will be very brutal in my own suggestion. My suggestion would be that, we've had enough of their rubbish. I think we should all be on the streets. Everybody, I don't mind going back to Nigeria to be on the street for this. I don't care, because some form of, there should be some form of proactivity, amongst the people, the citizens that are being oppressed. People should be on the streets and get them to stop, because they can't kill millions. There's no way they can. They can't kill millions. They can't finish killing everybody. The rights position, what people did during the NSAS thing, that was a very good step. When Chowere came up with this idea of revolution, what now? Anyway, some form of revolution. That's what is required. Yes. But to another extent, is it really possible to go into that?
Yeah. In
the sense that there's so many Boko Haram members on the streets, in the form of soldiers. They wear Nigerian military uniforms. They wear Nigerian police uniforms. Is it really safe? So in that case, people should just, take the law into their hands, move out in droves, like what happened in Egypt, in droves into the streets. They can't kill everybody. By the time they see that the people are out and are serious, there's nothing they can do. They will all move out of there. Some proactive action should be displayed, Let the people, because I don't think they even have a clue that people are feeling it so much. Because people have cried so many times and nothing has been done. They've cried so many times, nobody's listening to them. This time around, they're going to people's houses. Listen to what my sister said, that they killed a whole family, from father to the least child in the family. For how long do we have to keep watching this? This is barbaric, and that's exactly what is happening. So what can Nigerians do? Go on the streets. The world will see it. The world will know. The world will come in. Yeah, that is so true. We have key people in world powers, in Nigerians that are key in world powers. All of this will be exposed. This Buhari of a man has to go. He's even overdue. It shouldn't be there at all. It shouldn't have come in at all. But Well, we've given him that opportunity. Now is the time for him to get out. He has to get out from there. That's why he was chucked out of London. When he came, we all carried placard. He had to move out of Abuja house. He's coming here to be attended to, medically. What happens to Aso Rock Hospital? What happens to all the hospitals there in Nigeria? For how many years has he been in government? These are the things, Nigerians, wake up, man. Nigerians, we should wake up. That's why we're trying our best.
Okay,
we are trying our best.
Thank you.
In Canada, there was a demonstration. In America, there was a demonstration. In UK, hear the same thing. Please. Now, if Nigerians just keep quiet, so what can we do? What can the world do? We're only shouting on YouTube, Facebook. Most of these things I see on YouTube. What can we do? What can anybody do? And as far as Buhari is concerned, he couldn't be bothered. That's why I shared also with what you said. This man, what's his name? The governor of Kaduna State said, yes, I listened to that. And he's right. He's right. Buhari knows everything that is happening. He's pretending. Probably he has dementia. Who knows? Who knows? Probably he has dementia, just like his wife was saying, that the government has been taken over from him. Then what is he still doing there? Let him get out. If the government has been taken over and given to 2 men, only 2 men are ruling the country.
During the Buhari second term election, when he was being interviewed, during the debate,
that was the saddest debate I ever listened to in my life.
To say maybe he has a dementia because most of the questions were asking him, he said he's not aware. He does not know. He did not even see the form. They said they brought a pension form for you to sign.
And another disappointment I have is
the man might not even know what is happening in the country. So we have a leader who does not know what is happening. Even when they are killing person in his presence, he does not know. He does not see.
Exactly.
That means he's both physical and spiritually blind. He cannot see.
But he has a son beside him as a professor and as a man, a so-called pastor. Yeah. I wonder what kind of pastor he is. In the name of Osibanjo. What is he doing there?
Aso Rock pastor. He's Aso Rock pastor.
Only to himself.
Man of God.
Oh God, there's too much to talk about in this Nigerian issue. But
I want to throw. People are just asking questions for Facebook. I want to throw then for you guys to answer. One of the questions here is from Chiamaka Blessing. Reverend Gideon, this question is for you. With what I'm seeing in the country, Nigeria, if I may ask, do we really have to continue hearing Nigerian? This question is from.
Repeat it again.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat again, man of God, but let me fix the screen.
Mm-hmm.
The question is from Chiamaka Blessing. She said that with what is happening in Nigeria right now, do we really have hope to bear the name Nigerian? With the situation, the challenging situation of what is happening in Nigeria now, do we really have hope? This is from Chiamaka Blessing. We really have hope to be a name Nigeria. Man of God, you answer a question because she need an answer of that question. And we also have
yes, we have hope. I'm very, very positive when it comes to Nigeria. But I want to comment on what Barrister, just said few minutes ago. If we all come out and protest as one, flush these guys, not even move, flush these guys out of the seats, we can have a taste of fresh air again in Nigeria. We just need to be one. Okay, for example, but the problem there is that even the minds of the youth so far has been contaminated. Yes, been contaminated. Why? Because of little stipends from these guys, from those guys out there. So because of greed, a brother doesn't care if his fellow brother, dies, and so on. So the youth, to an extent, you can gather 50 youth, they speak one voice, but out of the 50, you have 15 who are saboteurs, who goes back again to the cabal to leak the information. That is how divide. So if we come out just like the NSAS protests, if we come out, speak with one voice, when we exhibit that resilience in us, regardless of the bullet, regardless of whatsoever intimidation from the army, police, mobile policemen, and all that, we stand our ground. I believe that we prayed, just like the barrister said, we have prayed. God has answered us, but we need to take a step. The four leprous men in the Bible said, how shall we sit here and die? Let's rise up and move into the city. You see, so there's a difference between being patient and being idle. Yes, there's a difference between being patient. Nigerians are too patient, but but we cover up. We have abused our patience with idleness. Let's differentiate it. Let's go out and take what belongs to us. Thank you. There is hope. Yes.
Thank you very much. Alice, I want to give you this opportunity to respond to one or two questions here. Thank you, Reverend Gideon Benson. Alice, there's a question here by Sami Akpan. Sami Akpan says insecurity and terrorism have been a major challenges to Nigeria government in recent times. How can Nigerian government destroy this mass of insecurity and terrorism, because it is really getting out of hand? How can Nigerian government destroy this mass of insecurity and terrorism, because it's getting out of hand? Please answer that question in 30 minutes. God bless you. Your contribution.
It is a very difficult thing to say, because greed has eaten deep into our government. Greed, personal gains. If we can have a government that have the heart of that they think of the people, not themselves, not their personal interest, not Islamizing Nigeria or their personal gains, they will be able to crush these people, this terrorist or terrorism thing. Remember what happened in Odi, when some group of people, miscreants, went to kill some soldiers. You remember what Obasanjo did to those people? That is what a commander-in-chief of the armed forces does when somebody threatens the peace of a nation. So like the barrister said, the person we have right now doesn't have the good of the people. He's not seeing the good. He doesn't have us in his heart. The greed and their own personal gains. That is the reason why I don't think it is possible that this particular government can secure this nation.
That's right.
So are you suggesting that we should wait for the next 2 years for the next government to come before we can have solution? Because right now people are dying. If 14 people, if 60 people can die based on what the governor of Benue State says, if 70 people can die within 14 days. So if we should say that we should wait for the next 1.5 years for this government to go, that means Nigeria, the whole of Nigeria will finish. Nigeria will die.
No, man of God, I am not saying we should wait. You see what this southwest people did, Amotekun, is very lovely. If we can have those kind of things, the people should come out, like the barrister and Mr. Gideon said. If we can come together in one voice, we'll be able to push these flies away from our food. and protect ourselves till we are able to fix in people. Because the truth of the matter is they will not do it for us. So if we can do the same thing that these people are doing, they have a Amotekun, they've been trying. They've been protecting themselves. At least the killing that they are killing all these people, these farmers and everything, it has reduced to the barest minimum. If you look at what's his name, Sunday. If you look at that Sunday, that activist, the way he has been doing and talking, and things have been happening. So if we can do that, but if we want to put our mind and want to depend on this particular government, man of God, I don't think this government, they are capable. I really don't think they're capable of securing the nation.
Thank you so much, Alice. Thank you so much. That's a good one. Barrister, before we run up, thank you so much. What do you have to say regarding? Let's come back to Akwa Ibom State, because this is our own state. Reverend Gideon have said, give us a little bit like we are in Europe, you are in UK, you were once in Ireland here before you moved to UK. And I thank you for what God is using you to do in that land of your United Kingdom. Well, I want to say here that Nigeria, like Akwa Ibom State, is like what my brother says, that even Oron, which is our own land, is not safe. There are so many raping going on there. What do you want to advise Governor Emmanuel Udom, which is also a deacon in the church? A deacon in the church. What do you have to tell him? Because this our Governor Udom, one of the things I see in him is that he laughs too much. That man laugh as if they give him love potion to be laughing. So I don't know when. I don't know when that man will be serious, because every time he's always, even in the picture he's laughing, in the video he's laughing. So I don't know if he's aware of what is happening in our state. Please, what do you have to tell Governor Udom Emmanuel, His Excellency Governor Udom Emmanuel, because of what the situation and the challenges that is going on now in Nigeria, in Akwa Ibom State? Thank you.
Well, I still think, because I kind of like talking general, I still think the governors don't have the power. Because I can't imagine governors that are being voted into office to protect and take care of their own people, that will rather stay there and watch with opened eyes the people that voted them to office being killed. I don't think it's a possible thing. So it's obvious they don't have the power at all. Because if the likes of the governor of the Enugu state would make phone calls to Buhari when the headsmen attacked a lot of people in his state, and there was no response from there, nothing, he was on the phone, I have that, I'll send it to you after this. He was on the phone for hours on end, and that's over 2 to 3 hours, nobody picked the phone. Nobody picked the call. And even the so-called president did not equally respond. Instead, there were other staff there that made some silly comments. Oh, he'll get back to you. If the likes of them, could do that, it's obvious they don't have that power at all. It's so obvious. That was why the governors of Southwest, all of them now decided and came in to form that Omotoko to protect their people. It was a force within them. And even to register that Omotoko took them a while. But trust the resilient attitude of the Yorubas. They're very good. That's why I admire them there. But when it comes to us, who will be there for him? For Obong of what's his name again? The governor of Akwa Ibom. He's alone now. What can he do? Instead, even Akwa Ibom people will start abusing him. Our own people will start abusing each other. We
That's
need
right.
unity. We need unity. Enough
Unity.
of all this. This is who I am. This is who I am. There's a question somebody asked about what is to be done. Will Nigeria still remain the same?
Mm.
As it is today, to be sincere, in my own opinion, Nigeria doesn't look like it will be able to come together again. Why? Because there's too much awareness. Everybody is now aware that if it is not me, then it's nobody else.
Mm.
Everybody is okay, me I'm Akwa Ibom. Okay, me I'm Yoruba. Me I'm Hausa. Me I'm Igbo. Okay, anything, whether you like it or not, there's that segregation in the minds of everybody. People are too aware. There's no the time of unity has passed. The time of unity has passed. Now it is either the federal government, because every power now belongs to them. It's either they do something proactive against what is happening today, or let there be a secession. And that brings in Nnamdi Kanu. I support him. I support that thing he was trying to do. Now there's awareness. What is screaming, everything he was saying is now in the open. If they're criticism, let them just go normal referendum. Look at what happened in the UK. Why did the United Kingdom choose to leave the EU? Why? Because they want to govern themselves. What stops? What was the bad thing there? There was a referendum. The people said, we want to be Brexit. We want to be on our own. What's the bad thing? They voted for it and they fought for it and they got it. What stops us? What stops Nigeria breaking that swell? What stops it? What's the unity there? As you speak, the man in charge of the military is Fulani. Police Fulani. Everything in that government is all Fulani. So where is Akwa Ibom? Where is Imo? Where is Anambra? Where are the rest of the people? Where is Benin? Edo? This is not the time for politics. This is the time for reality. Let things be done the way it should be done, and that's it. Let everybody go their way. We don't need Nigeria. Nigeria, it's fine. Okay, it has been a name that was there. Let us all be brothers. Even if we have to take passports from one state to another, no problem. Let's carry on that way. I would suggest that the best thing, as it is now, Nigeria can no more be the same. Everybody's separated. Everybody has their own mindsets. We need referendum.
Thank you.
If there's no referendum, people should be on the streets to kick these bloody people out. They are the worst. They are the worst in the history of Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barrister Maye. Thank you so much. Well, we want to touch one of a few points that we wrote down here, and then we call it a day. There's a lot. Nigerian problem cannot finish today. There's a lot we can talk. We can talk till Jesus comes. The problem is still there. And I won't be surprised that when the rapture takes place, the problem of Nigeria is still there. I won't be surprised. Sometimes I ask myself questions: was Satan cast out from heaven to Nigeria? Because the kind of the wickedness that some of our leaders are possessing.
Yeah.
You now ask, are these people human beings? Are they animals? Even the animals have mercy. I was seeing the other day how a lion was fighting for to save the life of another animal. A lion that doesn't even joke was fighting to save the life of an animal. There are some animals that even have mercy. They can save another animal. So sometimes when I look at Nigerian leaders, I ask myself, are they really a human being? Do they have conscience? Where is their conscience? Where is the conscience of these people? Let's talk about one or two things in one of our points there. It will be it will not be fair if we don't touch one of the points that we wrote down here. Now we are going to talk about moving out of political ngungum and wrong approach to wealth creation. Reverend Gideon, you will address this. We are
Yes, you have to.
Everybody will
repeat again.
Moving out of political Hold on a second. Moving out of political gukumkum, eh? And also, wrong approach to wealth. Because I think one of the problem of Nigeria is all this political cycle that is there. People, your father was in military. After the father retired, the son take over, and they keep going on the same cycles. There is no fresh bread, there is no fresh air, no new people, no people. You hardly have people with new idea coming to the power. It's the same people. The only person that was like being a little different, that doesn't even have any political background, was President Goodluck Jonathan. The rest is they were there either in the military in 1908. They come back, they remove the military uniform, they took Babariga, and they war, calling themselves a civilian president, and they still rule. How do we move out from this cycle? And let me give you
I think
this time to say it, sir. To say one or two things, then we close.
I think I think the word politics, so to a large extent, has been redefined in Nigeria. Has been redefined. It's not what's, should I say, democracy has been redefined, has been watered down. The value, the worth of it has been watered down. So people see politics or democracy as an opportunity where you go in to enrich yourself for self-aggrandizement, and you don't care who you stampede. There are many tools that you step on, yeah, just to make it, just become famous, become, yeah, me, myself, and I, and all that. So I want to say, well, in my own understanding, I think politics should be, you know, people say is a dirty game. It's not a game, but even if it has to be a game, I think it should be a game where all dreams, collective dreams are being unified together to better, to champion one cause. That makes the game interesting and all that. So, and my concern for the youth today, because we were talking about Nigeria, the next generation in view. I think I think the way the present generation sees money, approach to wealth accumulation is totally wrong. There's no more place for labor. There's no more place for patience. There's no more place for accountability. There's lack of submission to authority. And it's not just in the political circle, even in the religious circle, family circles. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. So this,
Yes. So
so this,
what is the solution? What's the solution, man of God? Because of time, what's the
the
solution? What do you
solution. I
advise?
want, I want to go back to what the barrister said. Let's go back to let's have. I think she mentioned referendum, something like that. Let's go. I think that was introduced during the Jonathan, Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
Let's go back. What is it about that book that was handed over? What is it about that book that the present government is avoiding? Let's go back. Let's have a referendum, and that's the way out. All that was written and documented in that should be implemented, and with that, we can be healed as a nation. Outside that, I support splitting. Let's split apart.
Thank you so much, Reverend Gideon Benson Zachariah. Viewers all over the world, you are watching Leaders in Global Conversation. And I want to use the opportunity to thank everybody for creating time to be with us today. We have a lot to talk about. We can't finish it in a day. Um, and I'm trusting God that by next month, beginning from May, we will be back again for other Leaders in Global Conversation. And also apology from Reverend Livingstone that couldn't make it today. He told me that he has a very tight engagement that he forgot. So he was trying to adjust, but he couldn't. So he sent his apology. So apology from Reverend Livingston is accepted. He has always been there for Excellent God TV, but today he is unable to make it because of a tight schedule that he had. And once again, I want to use this opportunity to thank Mayan. Thank you so much for creating time, Barrister Mayan. This week has been a very busy week for you, and I want to thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And I also want to thank Alice. Alice, thank you so much, and I pray that God Almighty will secure you in Lagos. It's very scary of what I heard this evening about Lagos, that Lagos is not safe. And I also want to thank my friend Reverend Gideon Benson Aziki Zachariah. Man of God, thank you so much for creating time to be with us on this platform of Excellent God TV. Viewers all over the world, thank you for your time. If you're watching on YouTube, if you have any comment, you have any contribution, you want to reach out to me through any comment or contribution, you can. There's a testimony or prayer report there. You can reach out to me on www.info@excellentgodministry.org, or you visit our website on www.excellentgodministry.org. There's a contact number that you can reach out to me through WhatsApp. I can pick your WhatsApp text and respond immediately. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are looking for, we are trusting God by God's grace that the Lord Almighty will heal our fatherland. God bless you. May God bless and heal Federal Republic
Thank
of
you.
Nigeria. In Jesus' name, amen.